G'day everyone, Aussie Mark here. I'm going to do a review on another product from Victorinox. This time we're looking at the Classic model. Got three examples to show you here. In the middle is the Alox handled model, aluminium oxide handled model, and at the top we have the green plastic handled model, and at the bottom a blue one. Now there's a couple of differences between these which we'll just cover off on before we get into the specifics. The plastic handled models actually come with two additional tools compared to the Alox version. And those tools are, on this side here, with a pair of tweezers, which you can see there, and on the other side, those of you who are into Victorinox already know this, a toothpick. Now the Alox model, as mentioned, does not come with those. So other than that, that's the fundamental difference between these. Other tools in them, well, let's have a look, and we'll do all the handling on the Alox model because this is actually the one I'll be keeping longer term. The other two will be going to new homes in the future. So this is the Alox model, which I really like. I think it's a gorgeous finish. I'll just bring that up close to the camera. As you can see, it's got a nice texture on it. You've got the Victorinox shield there in the red and silver on the back. Got a little area where you could engrave a name if you wish to. Now, of course, all models have got the keyring. Let's have a look at the blade. We have there, all slip joint of course. There is some engraving at the base of the blade which I'll try and bring up to show you, which is Victorinox Swiss made stainless. And on the reverse side on this blade there's actually no markings. Some Victorinox have markings either side, not this one. The blade on it is of course, as mentioned, stainless. It's whatever Victorinox use for their stainless. I'm not sure of the actual composition, but I do know it is a very well regarded stainless steel. The blade on this one, the cutting edge on it is 33mm, so that's from that point there up to the tip, and of course you've got a little bit further back here. Overall size on this knife, when it's opened, as you see right there before you, is 97mm. Closed length, and this is the smallest of the Victorinox range. It's from the 58mm series, so the 58mm runs from this point here to the back. Now you can get this in a wide variety of models. The Alox, to my knowledge at the moment, is probably only coming in the silver. There are on occasions they do bursts of other colours in the Alox, and some of those are European market only, but if you can get your hands on them, good on you. They're nice things. The plastic handled models, on the other hand, come in a range of colours and patterns and designs that is just quite staggering. Besides all the plain colours, there's everything from paisley to plaid to you name it, it's out there and it's available. I should mention the Alox model is slightly dearer than the plastic handled models. Yes, you get two less tools, but I suppose it's because the handle scales are a little bit more expensive, and that doesn't bother me. I actually think it's if you like something of a little bit, something of class, something a little bit more sort of like a gentleman's folder type look about it, I think it's worth the money. So we'll have a quick look at the tools and what works now. As mentioned, main blade. We've also on the reverse side, there's only one tool, and that's a pair of scissors. Tiny little things that they are. But do they work? Oddly enough, yeah, of course they work. It's a Victorinox. Everything works on these things. So as you can see there, no problem with the scissors. They don't need to be for small jobs and everything, but that's okay. If you want that sort of utility, they're on there. And you can just see there, I'll just put a tape measure up so you can see just how small these actually are. And that gives you an idea of the size of those things. Not much to them. They run a little back spring, which isn't fastened. You can see there, it just sits there like so. So you need to be a little bit careful with it. And it works just like that. When you fold it away, good idea just to make sure you get that a little bit closed, and it'll drop in and close like that. And on the side there, there's that little nail nick which you need to open them out. So they work quite well. On the other side here we have a nail file, or a file, which is, as you can see, they're quite that normal Victorinox sandpaper sort of texture, and at the end of that we have a small flat blade screwdriver. That would be for very light use only, I would suggest, on a tool of this size. Of course, as you can see, you've of course got a small keyring on the end there. This would actually also make a really great keyring folder in either of the versions. It's a very light little thing. The version I've got here in my hand now, the Alox model, weighs in at 17 grams. That's right, 17 grams, or 0.6 of an ounce. So yeah, if weight's a real consideration for you, you want the Alox, because believe it or not, this plastic one here, it's the heavyweight of the group. It weighs in at 21 grams, or 0.7 of an ounce, so it's a real heavyweight. So if you're looking for weight, you know, and weight's all important to you, go with the Alox. Joking, of course. I mean, these things, you don't know they're there. They're so small. Very small blade. The advantage of that is, of course, it's a politically correct knife, for want of a better term. I can't imagine any environment or any work environment, office or anywhere, where you would pull something like this out of your pocket to use for a utility task and people would run horrified, screaming into the distance. Swiss Army knives don't tend to have that effect on people. Again, very small blade. I mentioned there that the cutting edge on this one is 33mm. The overall blade length on it, back to the handle there, is around 40mm. Yes, it's small, but is it useful? The ubiquitous 550 paracord, so we'll just see if it'll go through that. Yeah, actually it does, and for a blade of that size, surprisingly easily, I'm happy to be able to report. It's very impressive. This is a fairly new knife, that's a factory edge on it, but you can't really complain about that. That's a useful little tool. Okay, so that's the Classic. I'll put that back down there with its comrades. Now, as mentioned, if you're interested in one of these, they're very cheap. You will pay us a couple of dollars more, I think it is, for the Alox version. Great little thing. You can't go too far wrong. And heaven knows, in this particular model, the Classic, there are so many designs in those handle scales that there's really something for everyone, I would dare say. I see it really, its use as well. To be honest, I think it's a touch small for, say, a gentleman's pocket knife type thing. I really think the Cadet's a better fit for that, but certainly it could be used in that task. Keyring, perfect. Maybe something for the ladies. You might have it tucked in a little coin purse or something like that. Great little thing. The only criticism I'd make on the plastic handled ones, and as I say, these I haven't used, I just brought these out the box to do the review, but you might be able to notice already, if I bring the handle up there, oh, it's going to focus. They scuff rather easily, the plastic handles. Now these are in fact, as mentioned, new. I haven't been using these at all, and it doesn't seem to take much to scuff up that plastic. So unless you are really keen to have the small tweezers and the toothpick, I'd really strongly suggest considering the Alox model. I think it's probably the pick. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.